Dudes and dudettes of YouTube land? It is Frank with What's the Point ED Sizzle in the Hizzle. You know what it is. We got us a Gill Hibben throwing knife set. Nice, right? This is my first throwing knife set. So I guess today we'll talk about some of my throwing knives and some of the knives that I use to throw, such as the Cold Steel SRK. And let's not forget about the big boy, the Cold Steel G.I. Tanto. It's the big boy. See how I customized the sheath so that if I so choose to, I could put it on the belt loop and have it riding up high. I don't know why I did it, guys. Who knows? I was just trying to customize something. You know, I was honestly thinking about customizing the rear, taking the spine and making it a really heavy duty saw up to here and just leaving this as it is, or clip pointing it, but I was just thinking leave it as it is since it's got a really strong sturdy tip. So we'll go ahead and we'll do the damn thing. Why not? Let's just go ahead and go for it. Let's go for it. I'm really digging this leather, guys. Yes, sure am. Now here's the thing is I don't carry this on my hip. I have one time. But there's two reasons. One, because it is hellaciously heavy. And reason number two is because I don't put the knives back in the sheath until I clean them. Guys, public service announcement. Please clean your knives before you put them in your sheath. All that does is create a mess. Creates unnecessary scratches, grinding noises, and if you care about your knives and you want them to be clean, they just don't get to remain clean, because if you do clean them after there's a whole bunch of stuff caked up in there, it's just a problem. It sucks. So this is the GH something. Give me a second. I'll let you guys know what it is. Hold on. Okay, so these are going to be the Gill Hibben custom design large triple thrower set, the GH 455s, GH 455s. Okay, let's go ahead and take one of them out. Sweet, no hot spots. I'm assuming this is for weight relief to make it balanced. They're not that big, honestly. Here's the standard SRK right here, and it just completely towers over it. As you can see above this, it's really small compared to this. It's not small in any way. Matter of fact, let me give you guys a little example real quick while we're right here doing it. It's right here. I got a knife right here. Frosty Nightshade. You see what I'm saying? So it's not small at all. It's just small compared to other options. They were like $40 at Edgeworks. I've seen them going for as much as 120 new. $40 at Edgeworks. Seriously, you guys, I'll actually put a link to Edgeworks. I might put a link to these in there. They still have them in stock. I was just in there. In fact, I'm going in there tomorrow to take the my recently dyed handled SE laser strike in for a sharpening, so I can redo my hard use video for you guys. And I'll see what's up. They got some big guys, some big ones. I mean, they're big. They're bigger than this all day. They're like big. So I did a video on the throwing hatchet. I'll show you all three of them real quick, and I'll point out what I've done. I haven't done anything to the knives other than I chipped the blade the first time I threw it. It smacked off a tree and hit a fence post. Stupid me, but it's okay. A metal fence post, and they've just clanged together, just from normal use. They're in great condition still. This is a comfortable handle, guys. I've thrown them like this. I've thrown them backward like this, forward like this. I've thrown them every way, but found out that the best way is just to go by the handle. And there's no flick of the wrist or any of that stuff. We're not whipping drugs. Let me stop. But there's no flick of the wrist. You want to get a good follow through. And who taught me that? None other than Steve. the saw grunt himself, the man, the myth, the legend. Okay. Let me put 2 of them up real quick, and we'll finish talking. One here. I'll put this guy in the middle. So this right here has a broken tang. That's not my wrist. That's the tang knocking in there. So looky here, watch this. It's really not that sharp at all. It feels good when you take your fingers like that. It has a working edge. Let me see a piece of paper. And they'll probably still cut paper too. It's just really not that sharp. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, it's pretty much dull. Watch. See that? You guys see that, right? Yeah, it's just broken in there. But it's okay. This is my throwing knife now. It's my throwing knife, my let my nephew beat it up type knife. It's, hey, what can I say? It was a good budget knife. There's nothing wrong with this knife. I happen to have thrown it so damn hard when I broke it. I know exactly what throw it broke on. I haven't thrown a knife that hard since. Not because I don't want to, but because when I did, I was frustrated. And I wanted to see if I could chuck it from a hell of a long distance. And I did. And it broke. Moving on to the next one. Let's talk about the G.I. Tanto. This is kind of not a good throwing knife for someone who isn't really skilled. Because it is hard to knock. I mean, it's hard to stick. Man, it really is. I mean, you can see how many times I've stuck it. A bunch of times, and stuck it in the ground a bunch of times too. But, yeah. It has 0 edge on this. I'm talking, this has no edge. Oh, I stropped it up. Yeah, I knew it didn't have no edge. I'm surprised that it did that cut. I just stropped a couple knives. Stropped the hell out of them. I don't know if it worked or not, but I mean, this wouldn't cut paper before I did this drop at all. And it just cut paper, so it's the tip that's dead. You can feel, look, you can feel that's, listen. It's just flat almost, so round, I mean. It's, you see what I'm saying? It just ain't gonna work. It looks good. We're 7 minutes in, still yip yapping. So these scales come off of here. And maybe it would be a better thrower if I took the scales off. Maybe it would. Maybe it wouldn't. But these scales are actually very heavy. So I'll probably take the scales off and para-wrap it. In neon para-wrap. So when I throw this, I don't lose it. These, oh my God, I stopped going out in the woods and throwing them. As soon as the grass came back, that's it. I won't do it no more because I lose these things. I have spent hours and hours. I've probably spent 5 hours searching for these in total, probably. That's not an exaggeration at all. This one right here, I dropped smack on the concrete. Sure did. I was out back throwing in my yard, and it bounced off, and they hit one of my little concrete squares. I was like, fudge! Yep. We got 2 Cold Steels and 1 Gill Hibben. Now, I wouldn't know about Gill Hibben knives if it wasn't for Steve. You see, there's certain guys in the community that I really look up to. You know, they've been there since day one. There is a group of guys that have been with me since day one. They are the reason why I'm even doing this. Seriously. Like, I was a nervous wreck at first. And I was stressed out. Everything I did, I felt like I wasn't doing it right. And they reassured me the whole time. And they never let me down. As in, when I say let me down, I mean, they never failed to give me encouragement. They were always there. Always had tips, pointers, help. They had questions to ask. They had suggestions. They had it all. You know, it's just a great community. It's what we do. The knife community is great. I know that sometimes we have our little disagreements, and we get stressed out about this, we get stressed out about that. But all in all, as a whole, the knife community is awesome. You see, I didn't do a hard use video for a while because my last hard use video was the Lion Steel H1 Skinner, and I gave my honest opinion, and I got a little bit of flack, and I got a little upset. And I said some things, nothing really out of line at all. But it was just some words were said. with me and somebody else. There's actually 2 people, but I don't know if that was because they didn't know that I had a lot of previous use other than just that hard use test with the line steel. And when I say previous use, I mean several months of use every day out in the field. Give me 1 second. I'm going to see if I still have this piece that I specifically saved just to do a video. And I had just found it. Sorry for the no editing, but I'm not going to do any editing. You guys are just going to get it how you get it. Let me see if I can't find this thing. Oh, if I threw this away after holding on to it for... Oh, I found it. Here you go. You see how thick that is? Each one of these has 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is a double layer, 5, 6. So 6 layers for every one, and I used to cut feet after feet after feet of this. So I know what knife holds what kind of edge. Okay? The knives that I owned and I had out there at Shenandoah National Park are knives that I used like you wouldn't imagine. I was a stonemason, and I did the laboring. I did the stonemasonry. There's nothing I didn't do. I operated the machinery, everything. So I'm well-rounded with my knives and the ones that I was using up there. And I do tests that I don't show on camera. I just want you guys to know that. Not everything I do is done on camera. In fact, only like 10% of what I do is on camera. I am constantly playing with these knives, constantly using them, constantly doing cut tests. And now I've kind of slowed down a little bit because here for a while I just wasn't feeling that good. I don't know what my deal was. It was just rough. And I don't just mean like mentally, because everybody has their mental ups and downs. But I mean like physically, I just wasn't feeling good. But it is what it is, guys. So I guess I'll show today's carry, and we'll go ahead and close out and put this up. So, oh yeah, so look, so back to this right here real quick. Right before we leave, this I keep in pocket. Like I said, I like to clean the knives before I even put them back in the sheath, but I put this sheath in my back pocket, and that's how I do this knife. The same is said with this one, because I don't put my knives back in the sheath until after I'm done. Okay, so my carry for today, let me grab it. Benchmade Adamas. Hot diggity damn with the skull loop. This is the Peterbilt loop right here. Give me 1 second. Vosteed Nightshade. 1 more second. I'm going heavy today. I don't have a little one in the pocket today. It's the start of a new day, guys. It's the start of a new day. This is the Defcon Jungle Knife. If you don't know, I have a video on this. This is titanium, frame lock, D2 steel. Sweet. It's an American company with their product made in China. Crown spine, centering is perfect. Look at the milling. Okay, so check out my video on that. There's going to be a bunch of videos on it. This right here was a 2K giveaway that I won. Excellent, cool knife. Let me show you where it says Vosteed Nightshade real quick. There you guys go. When I did the video on this, the camera was acting funky probably because of the lighting. Man, this is a long one, guys. So here's the deal. I'm gonna throw this. I'm gonna take the lanyard off and I'm gonna throw this for sure. I'm gonna throw it in a place where I know I'm not gonna lose it, and I know it's not gonna hit any freaking fence posts or any concrete slabs. Now, like I was saying in this video with the laser strike, I threw the laser strike. That's not just from the tip test, though most of it is, but I threw it into the stump several times. When I say I threw it into the stump, I actually had it placed up on a recycling bin and did throws. So how unfortunate is that I didn't get that on camera. So if I haven't gotten this off, matter of fact, I'm just going to ask now, does anybody know how to get this wood off of there? Other than removing the coating itself or scraping it off with steel. Talk to me now. These aren't the only knives that I've thrown. I've also thrown my D2 Extreme K-bar as well. You guys can't tell me this and this blackout editions. Look at them blackout editions. Looking good. Sweetness, guys. Alright, everybody. Look, this is Frank with What's the Point EDC. I'm out of here. I forgot to tell you about this right here. This is the Roby Von Aurora A2 Gen 3. And if you're still here, Put a 3 in the comments. I'm testing y'all. I know one person is going to put a 3 in the comments. No, guys, it's okay if you don't make it all the way through. We all don't have attention spans that long anyway. I mean, I do, but not everybody does. And I'm not going to give you shit for it. I want to, though. Alright, look, if you're an addict, never quit quitting. If you're struggling with bad thoughts, please reach out. Help is closer than you think it is. Okay? This is Frank with What's the Point EDC, guys. I'm out. Sharp knives and good vibes only around here. Fade to Gill Hibben.